The Legal Aid Directive. 1. Overview. The Legal Aid Directive was adopted by the Council in January 2003 with the aim of overcoming obstacles then existing with regards to access to legal aid. The directive applies to Union citizens as well as to third country nationals who habitually and lawfully reside in a member state and entitles them to legal aid in the same way as citizens of the member state in which the court is sitting. The purpose of the directive, therefore, is to improve access to justice for natural persons in cross-border disputes within the EU by establishing minimum common rules relating to the availability of legal aid for litigants involved in such disputes. The directive applies in all the EU member states except Denmark. 2. Scope. The directive applies to civil or commercial cases in which the party applying for legal aid is either a Union citizen or domiciled or habitually resident in a member state other than the member state where the court is sitting or where the decision is to be enforced. It seeks to promote the application of legal aid in cross-border disputes for natural persons who lack sufficient resources where aid is necessary to secure effective access to justice. Furthermore, the directive contains provisions designed to simplify and accelerate the transmission of legal aid applications by coordinating judicial cooperation between member states. 3. Right to legal aid. Legal aid is to be granted or refused by the competent authority of the member state where the proceedings are being heard or where the decision is to be enforced. The aid should not only cover the proceedings before a court, but should extend to cover expenses incurred in the enforcement of judgments or authentic instruments in another member state, as well as in extrajudicial procedures, if the parties are legally required or ordered by the court to use them. Legal aid shall guarantee legal assistance and representation in court, and the cost of proceedings of the recipient, as well as costs directly related to the cross-border nature of the dispute, such as interpretation, translation of the documents required, or travel costs. 4. Application for legal aid. The member state of the domicile or habitual residence of the beneficiary should provide such services as necessary for the preparation of the application for legal aid and its transmission to the state where the proceedings are being or are to be held. Member states shall designate authorities competent to send transmitting authorities and receive receiving authorities the application for legal aid. To facilitate transmission, standard forms for legal aid applications and for the transmission of such applications have been established.